now you've got some time. There's a lot of time to think, and a lot of opportunities out there if you adjust your focus in the right direction. So I'm happy. Yeah. Well, I'm just one thing. I'm just happy to chat with you just in looking at your LinkedIn profile, because you obviously have a servant heart and an interest in helping other people beyond just profits. And so I think that's going to be a big component of what sorts of action we take right now. If we have nothing to do or no way to make an income, there's still so many opportunities to serve people and add value in society.
Absolutely. Not only is there an opportunity to serve people and add value, we have an opportunity in life right now to not only reinvent ourselves, but to better ourselves. Mm-hmm. As men, as fathers, as leaders, taking this opportunity to grow mm-hmm. In whatever facet there is. Because mm-hmm. like you were saying, you can either sit around and watch, 900 repeats of the same news story over and over and over again, or what can I do that I didn't ever have the time to do? All of those things that I said, hey, I would really like to, I'm just going to learn a new language, learn how to build a website, learn, read a book, whatever the situation is, whatever it is that you want to do, work out more. You have the opportunity to do it now. You have the opportunity to better yourself, therefore be a better father, better husband, better leader, better support. And if we don't take that opportunity, then we completely miss this. Mm-hmm.
Well, in your main business, are you working with business owners? Like, who are your clients?
So in my IT business, I do small companies, anything under 50 clients.
Okay.
And the majority of my clients are shut down. I mean, I still they're doing remote business, but, I still have a little bit of business there. But for the most part, their businesses are shut down.
Yeah. That's perfect. You got the perfect audience, because small business, the lifeblood of our country. You are talking to small business owners all day. Those are your clients, right? Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're seeing from any of your clients? I mean, don't make something up if it's not there, but the whole purpose of this show is, are you seeing any superior mindsets, any empowering thoughts, anything from your clients where they're taking this opportunity to make themselves better, their businesses better, anything like that?
Absolutely. So one of my clients, and I've actually done work for them for the past 20 years, the name of the company is Team Leader. They make cheerleading uniforms. And I mean, as you know, right, well, cheerleading uniforms, volleyball, and dance. Well, right now there's not a big need for any of that stuff, right? So they've retooled and they're making masks for people, and they're selling masks. They're doing whatever they can do as a business to help the community and keep their people employed and keep moving forward. You have to be able to do those type of things and be forward thinking in order to really get out there and show your value.
Yeah, I love that. It's we talked about it a little bit earlier, these people that are in this kind of freeze mode. I'm sure you have some clients that they don't know what to do, right? They kind of feel like they're stuck. I have a lot of clients that are small business owners, and many of which that have lost their jobs, and restaurant owners. I mean, what are you encouraging? Just thinking about that one client that you have that is pivoting their business and keeping people employed and everything. Is there anything that you're encouraging your small business owner clients to do right now, or a way to think, or just advice that you're giving them to try to get them through this?
Well, it is what is it that I can be doing to offer to my, not necessarily but my clients, um, customers? What can I do to help, number one, relieve this amount of stress that these people are under,
Mm.
and try to bring some sense of normalcy to their lives? I have another really good friend of mine. He owns a jujitsu school. Well, I mean, there's no jujitsu going on right now.
Mm.
So he does jujitsu and capoeira. So what does he do? He's starting to bring it all online. Hey, I can't do it here. Guess what? Well, you can watch it online, and you can do practice right along with me online.
Mm.
It is, how do I continue doing what I'm doing with a twist, or do I change focus for this short amount of time and add value? And I'm not just being a consumer
Mm.
of my resources, my customers,
Mm.
but now I'm giving back to them.
Yeah,
Giving
you're being
back.
of service to them,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, as business owners, we constantly have to show value,
Mm-hmm.
or we go away. It doesn't matter if COVID's here or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think taking an inventory too of the assets that you do have, like your cheerleading, shirt company, they're looking around and saying, what assets do we have? We have the ability to manufacture. We have employees with certain skill sets, and kind of taking that inventory of what are the assets we have, and then looking out. Now your client has changed. It's not the coach buying uniforms. It's the community needing to protect themselves, and do your assets that you have and all this intellectual capital and this experience, are these things applicable to what the market demand is right now?
Right. Absolutely.
And the market demand certainly from a media consumption standpoint is, almost holistically online, right? Facebook traffic went up 50%
Yes.
immediately. And so people are consuming online. So I love to hear these stories of these businesses that are putting themselves out there in what was very untraditional way pre-COVID.
Right.
Do you think that stuff's going to stick? Like, you take your martial arts, jiu-jitsu type of company. Do you think is that a permanent revenue stream or kind of permanent channel for them, even if it's not the only one?
I think that it definitely can be. And it almost forced you to take a look at a different revenue stream, right? Because you get comfortable. I mean, as business owners, we get comfortable with our niche, right? And we don't want to go outside of our box at all until we're forced to. Well, we're being forced to now. Well, now you're, like you were saying, we're opening up that other revenue stream. I think we'll also start seeing where traditionally companies didn't want to allow their employees to work from home. Now they're getting to see the benefit of these employees working from home, and how much more they can get out of their employees, how much more work they can get out of them by being in this type of environment. Some people, they're going to work really well working from home, and some people, obviously, they got to be in office. But I think you're going to see that. I think we're also going to see kind of a shift in the way that schools are providing education and services.
No doubt about it. Well, in wrapping up these last few minutes, I want to talk about your business specifically and how your business right now, your IT business, can assist small businesses. If it can, maybe it can't, but if you've got small business owners, currently they're out of business, or maybe their business is being underutilized, is there anything that they should be doing with an IT provider? Should they be upgrading systems? Should they be reevaluating things that maybe were difficult to do if they were blowing and going open 7 days a week? But any advice there on how kind of your industry and your business can help people right now?
I mean, right now, I think you're not going to see businesses spending money to really invest in the infrastructure that they need to do remote employees.
Mhm.
However, being a small business, you can still utilize, remote desktop. So your employee has their computer at work. They can remote into that desktop at work and still use all your systems that you have at work. There's not a lot of extra, especially for the smaller companies. There's not a whole lot of extra infrastructure that you're going to have to buy. Um, you're going to need to start looking at how do I move more towards a paperless office.
Mhm.
How do I get all of these things in order? So this is a perfect time to be planning all of those strategies.
Yeah, I imagine there's some business owners, and you and I are both very tech savvy, but your mom and pop pizza shop that still operates without a point of sale system, they're writing their orders on paper. They probably don't even know, they're sitting at home right now, they don't even know how to access, or it's even possible to access their local computer in their business. So I would think that with your tech savvy, what you know, that you could be a great resource for some of those folks that they don't even know how to get on a Zoom call, how to download Zoom, or what Zoom is, or GoToMeeting, or Log Me In, or any of these others where they can actually kind of be in the office without being there physically. I know,
Right.
it seems like, there's probably none of those folks left, but man, I still go into some restaurants these days and they're writing my order on a piece of paper, and they're typing it into what looks like a typewriter of some kind to ring me
I,
up.
I believe me, I know air conditioning supply house that they still today use paper tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just looking at it going, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
We can get this all set up computer based. And the owner was like, nope, nope, this is the way I've done it for 60 years. And this is the way and you know, that's those type of businesses are learning the hard way right now that, hey,
Yeah.
I need to be able to make a quick shift, and how do I get that done quickly?
Yeah, and without a lot of money, these
Yes.
programs, a lot of them are freemium based softwares, cost nothing to sign up and start using it in a
Yep.
limited way. Some of them are 20, 30, 40, $50 a month, but I think someone like yourself could be a great resource for some small businesses that they don't even know. It's like they don't know what they don't know in
Yes.
terms of taking their technology up to 2020.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you really have to say, okay, can I, like the Empower Dyslexia business,
Mm-hmm.
how can I do knowledge transfer?
Mm-hmm.
How can I get the knowledge that I have, that I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours learning, and get that to the people that really need it?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the way I could do that? Was through the podcast, the vodcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other side of this that we can do. How
Yeah,
do I get my knowledge and give it to you?
yeah, I love that. And we didn't capture this on recording when we were initially talking, but you do have a podcast called Empower Dyslexia. You put here that you're here to help you be a better informed partner in education. You're discussing dyslexia and other related disorders, research, intervention, special education policy. Um, to your point earlier, now is a time to invest in yourself and your own education, learn something new. And there's so much great content out there, like your show, Empower Dyslexia. I've got multiple friends that have children with dyslexia that still don't understand it or how to manage it. Their child may be getting in trouble in school, and so this is a great resource for any parents that have some children or family members with dyslexia. But consuming that type of content. So I'm glad you're putting that out there. And one thing about dyslexia too, and you've done all the research and know this better than I do, but I am shocked at how many incredibly successful people throughout American history are dyslexic and have used that as a superpower. They almost are. It's not. They are not successful despite their dyslexia, but they're successful because of it. Do you kind of believe that and see that to be true in some cases?
Um, so I tend to, the reason why these people are so successful in business is because of grit.
Mm-hmm.
Because being dyslexic, we, especially from a young age, I mean, you got to think about it. You're failing in understanding language from the time that language is developed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we become comfortably uncomfortable or uncomfortably comfortable
Mm-hmm.
with failure, in which a lot of people, I mean, you could take this analogy and bring it to today's time. When something is failing, when you have a hiccup in the road and you don't know how to make money, you don't know, your business is going under, whatever, um, we tend to be able to go, okay, well, let's shift directions. I don't know how to go through the mountain. Can I go around it, over it, or under it?
Mm-hmm.
I just know I need to be on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that? And we tend to become very inventive on how do we get those things done.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one of the things that we learn very young. That's
Mm-hmm.
not to say that somebody without dyslexia can't have that same superpower, but we are doing it through necessity.
Yeah, that is a. I mean, it's a trait that many entrepreneurs have. Certainly, successful entrepreneurs have is that ability to do anything necessary to get around the mountain, get on the other side of it. And so I admire that in the people that I know that have dyslexia. Is they're some of the most creative people I know, some of the most resourceful people I know. And I think just putting that message out there to parents, especially um, that there's something that's really good that can come out of this if you adjust your focus, right? Kind of we're talking about with this shift, right? Is you
Right.
choose what you're going to focus on, and that's going to push you in a certain direction.
Yeah, as long as we get the appropriate support. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this goes with education. It goes with business. It goes with
Mm-hmm.
life. It goes with your family. As long as you get the appropriate support and appropriate education, learning what it is, whether it's how to be a father, how to be a husband, how to be a boss, whatever, you then can be successful. And that's really what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure that we get the appropriate education.
Mm-hmm.
We become the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. And once we've done that, we need to turn around and find the person that's behind us
Mm-hmm.
and help them to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
We need to walk back through the tunnel because that tunnel is dark and there's a lot of people standing there
Mm-hmm.
in fear. You need to walk back through that tunnel and grab a hold of some hands and say, come on,
Yeah.
we're going to make it through it.
I love that. You may or may not know Emmett Smith as one of my business partners, and I'm talking to him on Thursday on this show. And one of the things that's always stuck with me about Emmett, he told me several years ago, is that he feels like it is his purpose, it is his job to go through these doors that have been opened for him and to hold the door open for other people. And I think that's exactly what you're talking about here. Once you make it through, whether it's through luck or through natural God-given talent or through grit, is when you do make it through that door that you are turning around and allowing other people, coaching other people, reaching your hand out to help other people come with you.
So the way that my show, the Empowered Dyslexia, actually came about is I wanted to interview my mother.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's not dyslexic, but I wanted to interview her about how my dyslexia and me not getting the appropriate help and services that I need affected her, not just personally, but it affected her entire world,
Mm-hmm.
affected her family.
Mm-hmm.
and where I don't necessarily, although I have been successful in life, you wouldn't go, oh, well, he's a Richard Branson, right? However, I begged and begged and begged my mom to come on the show. Let me interview you. And she's like, no, it is too painful. I don't want to bring up those old memories. And I kept telling my mom, there are people that are in the middle of where we've already made it through. And finally, a year later, so I did a full year of shows. She came on season 2, episode 2. And I have received so much support from my mom saying how awesome she is and thank you so much. I thought I was the only one. And I went back to her and I showed her, I said, see, look at all these people that you, a person from, North, Arkansas or North Texas, almost to Arkansas, DCAP. Look, you have touched people all over the world with your story.
That's awesome. I love it, man. Stephen, I got to get to my next episode here. I got a ton of really great people, and I'm just very grateful for you to hop on with me. And I love that you're serving others. You're helping people go through that same door that you were fortunate enough to walk through. And I support you as a business owner, especially with the types of customers that you have, small businesses that need as much help as they can get. So I support you in that effort and helping all of these small businesses through pretty tough times. So we promise we'll be back to trim that beard up for you, my friend. We will be there. Don't worry.
Awesome. Hey, I'm honored for you to ask me to be on. It's great. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Let's keep moving forward.
Yep, absolutely, my friend. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Take care.